Hello and welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on Connie X. Today we're checking out another what if the Digimon Survive partners could all dog Biomerge Digivolve. Let's check in and see just what he's come up with this time.
Warning, this video contains major spoilers for Digimon Survive. Hello, friends of the dark.
Yep, it's
October,
season.
which means we're talking about the evil, the scary, and the spooky. And what more terrifying thing can there be than spoilers? Yes, Digimon Survive has been out for over 2 months now. Insane, and the requested spoiler embargo that Habu put in place has now elapsed. So we're talking about more Survive spoilers, duh. And DigiDestined level channel member Artsy Sky suggested we talk about the rage ending of Digimon Survive, where Aoi and Labramon, through Aoi's basically death, become Plutomon in a dark biomerge of sorts. And Artsy Sky quite rightly asked, what if the rest of Digimon Survive's cast also got those terrifying near-death biomerge digivolutions? So yes, it's that time of year again, my friends. What time?
It's Karn's Spooktober Spectacular.
Let's do this! Oh, this is really the third one, huh?
And hey paisanos, before this Spooktober video gets started, I want to give a huge shout out to Shin-chan, me and the professor on summer vacation, the endless 7-day journey, for sponsoring this video. Yes, not content with the Nintendo.
And we're back from that ad.
What is up, my frightful digital companions? My name is Connie X, and welcome back to Karn's Spooktober Spectacular, our yearly celebration of the dark side of Digimon. So yes, we're giving dark, virus, death, biomerge digivolutions to the rest of the Digimon Survive cast. We of course got Plutomon, so the others I think should be dark, virus, humanoid megas to keep that biomerge theme going, but also should have some significance or established relationship to the partner Digimon. And also I think some homages to adventure and things like that could be important if we can make them work. So without further ado, let's begin with Shuji and Lopmon. And Cherubimon Vice is good, as Cherubimon Virtue is Lopmon's one mega in Survive, but Vice just feels a little bit safe and predictable, kind of bland. So instead, I settled on Bagramon. Its reference book listing states it was originally a high-ranking angel Digimon that ruled over death. It despaired against the unreasonable justice of the world and rebelled against God. And because Cherubimon Virtue is an angel Digimon, which has the appearance of a beast, and
sorry about that, needed to cough and didn't want y'all to have to suffer through that.
And is one of the 3 Archangel Digimon assigned the highest rank, just like the Seraph Digimon Seraphimon, I think Bagramon would be a fantastic humanoid biomerge that's in keeping with Shuji's partner line, and specifically the angelic theme and backstory of Cherubimon Virtue. Now for Saki and Floramon, I was presented some challenges. We're kind of limited for humanoid or biomerge feeling plant life megas, so I have settled on Algomon's mega form. I think physically it works very well as a biomerge form. It's a virus type, and it does feel plant related, even though it's really more of a digital virus of sorts. It may not be overtly planty, but it is kind of plant looking. The only other real contender is Hydramon, which works okay if we ignore the fact it does not resemble a biomerge at all, but I don't think we need Saki becoming that. And I also think that Algamon and Sarismon Medium kind of feel complementary, so I do quite like this as a pick. Oh, and I know someone's probably going to suggest Bancho Lilymon, but it's a data type, so Algamon it is. Okay, thanks, bye! Minoru and Falcomon again is a little tough. Ornismon would be a really good pick if we weren't looking for humanoid shapes and just virus megas. As it does end up in the line of quite a few of Falcomon's evolutions. But as we really are looking for that biomerge feel, how about Myrmicusmon? This virus mega isn't necessarily a bird and is more of a fallen angel, but it is very associated with bird-like Digimon. As its reference book listing states, it is attended by the mythical beast Digimon Griffomon. And in the Digimon Frontier movie, Revival of the Ancient Digimon, Myrmicusmon takes the forms of both Darkmon and Hippogriffomon to manipulate both sides of a feud in order to try and revive Ornismon. So yeah, I think Myrmicusmon works pretty damn well for Minoru and Falcomon. And then is Kaito and Dracmon, and now there is another ending of Digimon Survive, where Myotismon gets to become Voltboutmon, but it's a very different situation, a DNA or fusion with Piedmon. So for specifically Kaito and Dracmon biomerging in the Rage ending, I have given them Dun-Devimon. Dun-Devimon's reference book listing states it is a form of Devimon that took in negative data Vita to its limit and became an ultimate. Its mental state is between normal and abnormal, and once it is angered, its intelligence vanishes, and it attacks in a ferocious manner. I think this works super well for a Biomerge, like a death-induced Dracmon freaking out, looking at Kaito, merging together and becoming Dun Devimon, this feral about to lose its mind form.
Yes.
However, if you don't think Dun Devimon is humanoid enough, I would say maybe look at Adventure 2020 though, where it does look quite humanoid in comparison to its official art. I do also think that Malomyotismon or Venommyotismon would be fantastic picks for Kaito and Dracmon, and perhaps would be more appropriate for Survive, as Dun Devimon probably came into existence when Survive was wrapping up development, whereas obviously Venommyotismon and Malomyotismon existed way in the past and would be Adventure 02 homages, so pretty good. Whichever you prefer, I like them both, or three. And then is Kaito's sister Miyu, who presented an absolute headache, because pretty much every Digimon that would work for her as a Biomerge virus related to the ocean or the sea or being deep savers is a perfect or ultimate level in English. I would love to use Dagomon or Marine Devimon, but I cannot, and I really wish I could for Dagomon, because that would be a wonderful adventure reference. So we are left with very few megas, and ultimately I have settled on Regalicusmon. It is a very recent debut, being in 2020 for the Pendulum Z, but it's theoretically possible for Survive, I suppose. And it is a Virus Deep Savers Mega, so that works. If I'm honest with you, I would probably prefer Miyu's Biomerge just be a perfect level Biomerge and use Dagomon, because it's got such perfect adventure ties and feels like a pretty decent Biomerge and quite creepy for her. But if we're sticking to the ultimate / mega rule, then I suppose we shall use Regalicusmon. But another fun mega we could maybe use is Parallelmon, because while it isn't part of the Deep Savers, it is a virus mega, and it really looks like Gessomon to me. So Parallelmon or Regalicusmon or my ideal Dagomon. Let me know which you prefer down below. Alrighty, it's time for Rio and Kunemon. I honestly didn't really struggle with Rio at all either. His partner line ends up being pretty heavily homaging Ken and Stingmon with Jewel Beamon and Bancho Stingmon, so it feels only natural to me his dark Biomerge should be Grandis Kowagamon. Sometimes Grandis is kind of treated like an ultra level digivolving from Gran Kowagamon, but there's really no rule stating it can't also be a mega. And it being a virus and incredibly humanoid just fits in perfectly, so yeah, I don't think I'd really consider any other bug mega, even if Tiger Vespamon is also a virus. He's too good of a boy to be a dark Biomerge, okay? Leave him alone. And then is our bonus Digidestined, Kemeno-destined, Miyuki and Haru.
We're back.
Miyuki and Renemon's most obvious Biomerge might initially seem to be Kuzuhamon, the dark variant of Sequoiamon, but actually Kuzuhamon is not a virus? It's a data type, which throws it out of the window. And honestly, I'm very glad of that, because it just would have been way too safe and predictable. So instead, I've settled on Junomon Hysteric Mode. Junomon itself is not exactly a common Taumon evolution, but it is an engineered line in Structure Deck.
I'll be honest, this looks powerful.
10 of Digimon card game, and it ties into that whole feminine mythological basis that Taumon's line has going. Taumon being more Japanese and East Asian, and Junomon being Greek or Roman. So there is somewhat a precedent for Junomon.
Alright, there we go, that's a beat battle.
A precedent for Junomon being part of Taumon and Renemon's line. And specifically Hysteric Mode feels very in the wheelhouse of Miyuki's whole Master Possession line. It would also be in keeping with Survive not caring too much about using modes as main evolutions. As with Saki, Floramon's Mega is specifically the Ceresmon Medium, not Ceresmon. And then is Old Man Haru. And much like Rio, I really did not struggle with his and Gabimon's Dark Biomerge, picking the criminally underused Kalismon. Is it really a Carney X video if we don't get a V-Tamer reference put in there somewhere? Of course not. So I think it would be nice for Survive to have an additional little nod to V-Tamer, and Kalismon is kind of one of the most unique beast virus megas we have. In addition to that, V-Tamer being one of the oldest Digimon stories makes it very appropriate for the oldest member of the group, Haru. And finally is Takuma and Agumon, and man, I went back and forth on this a lot. Apoclymon feels very on brand for Survive, given its adventure send-up. I think the Master is even kind of evocative of Apoclymon on purpose, but I can't really see Apoclymon fusing fusing with the Master, it would be kind of a mess. So another contender could be Machinedramon, but as it's already in the game, that's probably a little bit boring, and it's not really humanoid enough to be a Biomerge anyway. I also considered Balphamon Rage Mode, as this would quite literally be a form Takuma and Agumon would become in the Rage ending of the game. But I wanted to go back to the idea of Plutamon being a common Labramon Mega, so I wanted to find a virus Mega that would be associated with Agumon, with Greymon, and could even tie in some of the Tyrannomon and Tuskmon elements too, so I think for those thematic reasons, I'm going to choose Gaiomon or Samadramon. It's not the most perfect Biomerge ever, being probably more closer to like Mega Gargomon.
It doesn't fit 100%, but I have to say it does fit pretty damn good. And I hate when it does, so I'll be back in a second. Let's just go.
Than Plutamon or Gallantmon in its humanoid nature, but I think it serves the purpose well, being originally intended to be a Blackwall Greymon X antibody, but it was deemed to have a little bit too much samurai and traditional Japanese flair and uniqueness to its design, so it was made its own Digimon, which I think kind of makes it perfect for Takuma and Survive. Obviously Survive, like most Digimon stories, is set in Japan, but being kind of other, different to the Adventure Agumon and Blackwall Greymon kind of makes sense to Takuma, I feel. Plus Gaiomon is a virus type too. And of course, if we're going Rage ending style, it would probably just end up merging with the Master, but it could be interesting if instead, because it's the protagonist character, maybe instead we become something like Zwart Defeat or a Badamon Core, perhaps Gaiomon and Kalismon merging together to become a Dark Omnimon, which is actually something I was really hoping for in Survive. I was hoping that the other Ultra besides Omnimon was going to be Zwart or a Badamon Core or something, but it didn't turn out that way. Oh well, anyway, those are my picks, what I would give the Digimon Survive cast if they were to get Dark Biomerge Evolutions just like Aoi and Labramon. Let me know what you think of these picks in the comments down below, and let me know your own picks too. These are far from objectively the best picks. I'm sure someone in the comments has got a fantastic idea. Be respectful as always. Huge shout out to my Sovereign ZDK14 as well as
Alright, and that's where we're ending up today's video. So, I want you all to remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to the original video, so remember to support the original creator and all they do, and I'll see all you folks next time. And this is Fox, signing out.